So in this video, I figure I'd do a little story time. Sending it back about a year. This is going to be a story about the Backcountry 201 Pro Guide that I bought. And I say the word scammed, but very, very lightly on the word scammed, because I'm kind of making this video to see where you guys feel, like where your feelings lie on this one. Right here, this is the Carolina Skiff J16 that we just finished building on the channel. So if you are new here, I kind of did a little series building this basically from a crusty dusty J16 to what it is now, a fishing machine. I'm very proud of this one, happy with how literally every single thing came out. It's been raining the past couple of days, so I haven't been able to get out and fish, but the Maiden voyage was a fun time. The only thing is that I was having a little bit of a wiring issue. Didn't leave us stranded though. We made it back to the boat ramp. And it was a fun time. If you want to check out that video, I would really appreciate it. The next video is going to be basically rewiring this boat and doing a lot of other stuff to really like dialing in a completion. We're going to finish everything. So that'll be the next video, and then I have stuff for the new J14. I got plans and I got a bunch of stuff going on, so I'd love it if you stuck around. I've been telling people, like, if you keep showing up, I'll keep showing up as well. I've been loving this stuff like more than you know, so I'm gonna stay active doing all of this stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, back to the story of the Backcountry 201 Pro Guide, which still to this day is my favorite boat that I've ever owned my entire life. You always dream about having that one boat that, like, you pull up to the boat ramp and everybody breaks their neck and is like looking at it and curious. That was this one. Throughout the video, I'm going to try and see if I can figure out in the editing if I can post like pictures along the way while I'm talking about it, but we'll see. Who knows? I'm not super fresh with the editing, but I am trying nonetheless. But I feel like this story is worthy of some pictures, and I have some. I have a couple. I lost a lot of videos and pictures over the past couple of years, or past year, because I keep having to delete stuff to free up storage to film these new videos. So at some point I deleted a lot of the backcountry videos. But anyways, I was sitting at home one day, like I said, about a year ago, and I'm cruising Marketplace, and on Facebook Marketplace I see I think it was a 1996 Backcountry 201 Pro Guide, which, if you're not familiar with what they are, they share the hull with a lake and bay. And ever since I was younger, a lake and bay has been my dream boat. Like if you give me a lake and bay and you put like a big Mercury racing motor on the back, dude, like, call it quits for me. I'm done with boats. I got my boat. Like, I'll see you at the sandbar. Yeah, that's been my favorite, just my dream boat. But to get a good lake and bay, we're talking like a lot of money. Like, one of the cheaper ones that I saw was like high 40s, like 47,000 for like a cheap one that needs work. But for it to be like dream boat status, we're talking like for sure more than 50, 60, 70 for like, you get like a new Mercury Racing or like a big like Yamaha show, like something new. Like, dude, a lot of money. So when I saw this Backcountry pop up, knowing that they share the same hull, I'm like, all right, I can kind of get my lake and bay at a discount. And this one had a Yamaha VMAX 200 on the back, HPDI. I think it's like high pressure, direct injected VMAX, and it was 200. And I'm like, dude, this is sick. Like, how it was set up, it had like a jack plate on it. I was like, dude, this is a 70-mile-an-hour boat. Like, if it's flashed, the right props and everything, like, we're talking about a 70-mile-an-hour, basically lake and bay. And it was cool. I don't usually like red boats, but it was this nice, like cherry wine, like almost like dark red. It looked like blood, maybe. It was so sick, dude. Obviously a little bit crusty. It had some like old janky, like super dated seats on the back, and like there wasn't anything as far as like cool trailer mods or anything. Like there's no trolling motor. It definitely looked dated, like fresh out of 1996. It had some like fusion speakers on it, which I thought were cool, like 2 regular speakers and 1 big like sub in the middle. So regardless, I was attracted to it, and the price was $14,500. And I wasn't super familiar with backcountries, but I did a brief search on Facebook Marketplace, and the next one, like the next 201 that was about the same price was, I believe, like $20,000, 22, and it was like kind of the same, not really modded out. It was just like a base 201 Pro Guide with, I believe it had a 200, but I mean, dude, 14,500. I was like, this seems kind of like a no-brainer, but it was 4.5 hours away, and my parents were coming into town at the time, and I was like, dude, I can't like pass this up. I messaged the guy, and I was like, dude, if you'll hold it for me for 4 hours, because I thought like this is such a crazy deal, it's gonna for sure get sold before I can get down there. So I asked him, I was like, if you hold it for me, dude, I got cash in hand. I'll like do like no haggle, not even gonna haggle you type of situation. If you hold it for me, I'm on the way. And he was like, yeah, dude, if you really want it, you seem serious about it, I'll hold it for you. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, give me a break. He was saying like he needed to just like make space for this new boat that he was getting, and that's why he's like selling it at a deal. He's taking a loss on it because he's got his eyes on this other boat that, you get the deal. But I'm like, all right, whatever. I get the wife in the truck and call my parents, and I say, hey, like I'm not gonna be home for a couple hours. Like, give me like eight or 9 hours. I gotta cruise down to, I think it was like Palm Harbor area or something like that, like South Florida for sure. I gotta cruise down to South Florida and pick up a boat, and they were cool with it. They got to their hotel, whatever. We just planned to meet up the next day, and we cruised down to Palm Harbor, and we show up, and it's like him and a couple of guys. Keep in mind, he was a cool guy, very cool. And all the guys that were there were also cool, but nonetheless, there was like 4 or 5 guys out there working on this other boat in the yard, I guess. And I was like, what's up? Like, it was kind of like another, I don't remember what it was, but it looked kind of similar, like another backcountry. It was like a big orange boat. It was like wrapped orange for like Tennessee or something. But I pull up and I start talking to the guy, and he's giving me the rundown. He's like, dude, yeah, we just had it out the other day, and it was great. We went tarpon fishing, blah blah blah. And I was like, all right. I'm like hopping up, I'm looking at everything, like floors are good, like everything's good. He turns on the speakers worked really good, super loud. The bass was nice, like it was just like a good sounding sound system. There was like a Fusion amp under the center console. Like all the hatches were good. It was dirty for sure, but I'm like looking around the boat, and I see like that the right side of the boat is super scratched up, like so scratched up, like it looks like somebody took a chainsaw and just like to the side of it, like gouges all in it and everything. I'm looking at it, and they for sure were not in the pictures at all. And I was like, dang, dude, like this cannot be buffed out. I'm looking at him like, what happened here? And he was like, oh, the other day when we took it out, when we were tarpon fishing, like we must have scratched it up a little bit. And then he said, the guy before me that I bought it from, he had his boat like tied up to a dock, and so maybe like some of those scratches came from just kind of bouncing up against the dock, maybe a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. Blah blah blah. Should have known better. But that side of the boat was atrocious. Over the time that I had it, that was maybe the hardest project, was taking care of that right side of the boat. And after everything that I did to it, I maybe got it like 80% better than it was. But regardless, I'm like, all right, let's fire up the motor. Let's hook up some water. Let's hear this baby purr. This big old VMAX 200, 2-stroke. Like, let me just hear this baby purr. Like, and he fires it up, dude. Boom, fires right up. Boom. Sounded like a cammed old like muscle car, just blah 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 blah, blah. Like, and like, dude, everything you would want to hear when firing up an old VMAX. And I think I have a video of it on my my YouTube. I posted a YouTube Shorts of it, just firing it up on the hose, and dude, it does sound good. And I was like, when he turned it on, in my mind, I was like, sold, for sure, sold. Like, dude, don't even care about the scratches on the side of the boat. I'm sold. Dude, like, if you're a guy like me and you hear a good blah 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 blah, like, dude, it's gonna be hard to walk away from that. You're just gonna want to listen to it all the time, dude. And I did. But regardless, like, I'm still looking around, like at this point I'm sold in my mind, but I'm still walking around kicking tires, like, what about this? What about this? I don't know. This is gonna cost money over here. The trailer, this, that, blah blah blah. Like, but dude, I was sold. And like I said, we agreed to $14,500. But with the scratches on the side, I was like, we both know, like, dude, we gotta come down a little bit. But he was one of those, like, I know what I got type of guys, and at the end of the day, it was a really good deal. $14,500, even with the scratches, even if there was like some issues going into it, like, it's all good, because that's such a good price, a bunch of meat on the bone. But it was not modified at all. It left so much like to do for the new owner, which was me. So I mean, I was like, I think I offered like 14, which is crazy because usually when I get to negotiating, I'll jump down like a lot more. Like, I've gotten crazy deals of showing up to something that's like $10,000 and leaving paying $5,500. Like, it goes down in the negotiations, and usually I'm a lot more brutal about it. But maybe because we were so far away from home and I was already in love with the 2-stroke, I offered like $14,000 and he countered at $14,300. So I mean, like, $200 discount, pay for gas for sure. And I think I tried to hit like $14,200, but we landed at $14,300, and I was like, all right, let me grab you some cash. All he did was he just talked very highly about the boat, because I mean, it was definitely like worth being talked about. Even as it sat, was 100% worth being talked about. No modifications or anything, just a standard 1996 backcountry 201 pro guide. Just a super flat, streamlined, dude, it looks like a bullet. And definitely worth being talked about, straight out of the factory. It had a power pole on the back. It had a big old jack plate on it. It had like a polling platform. The backcountry logo is like, has a polling like platform on the logo. Like, that's kind of their brand, which is interesting because during my time of ownership, I did try to pole it around, but that big old 21-foot boat, dude, not a chance you're like pulling through the flats. Like, it was such a big, heavy boat, especially with a full gas tank. dude, like, that was the one thing that I was just like, why is this on here? Like, is it just here for aesthetics? Because it did look good, but it just didn't make a whole lot of sense as far as functionality. I don't know why I always like lift the camera up when I take a swig of some LaCroix. Like, it's almost like you guys are taking a swig with me. But anywho, dude, I was just like really happy with the boat. Like, I bought a bunch of very cool boats. We've had Contenders, Pathfinders, Yellowfins. We've had a bunch of like really cool boats throughout this whole journey. But like, so I've gotten giddy a bunch of times, but for some reason when I bought this one, I was like, dude, head over heels for this backcountry 201 Pro Guide. Maybe it's because my dream boat's a lake and bay, and this kind of like was that. So right when we left his house, I mean, it was a smooth transaction. He gives me the title. Well, actually, he didn't give me the title. I completely forgot about that. This is the first time I've ever told this story. My friends and family heard about it when it happened. That was like a year ago. Ever since then, I haven't told the story. So forgive me if I'm kind of jumbling around. This is literally the first time I'm putting all this out there. But he had the title in hand, but he signed it when he bought it, like a couple weeks ago or whatever. I don't remember if he told me that he bought it a couple weeks ago or what, but he had the title. He just needed to transfer it to his name. And I was like kind of mad about that because I drove so far to get there. And I was like, when it comes to titles and everything, like, I'm very happy that I got to see the physical title. If I didn't see it, there's no way I would have gone through with the deal, but I did see it. He seemed like a really good guy. And we made up this deal where I buy the boat, I take it home, whatever, and I'll shoot back out here in like 2 or 3 days and come pick up the title from you. That'll give you time to go to the DMV and transfer it, blah, 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 whatever. And that was the deal that we made, which is, in hindsight, rather bold, I would say. But still, that is like where I'm asking you guys, like, how you feel about it. Like, once we get more into the story, I want you to start like building your own feelings around it, and I want to hear what you have to say about it, because it's like, was I scammed? Was I not scammed? Like, anywho, we left the guy's house with the boat, and I just can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling. I keep looking at my wife, and I'm like, not only is this just like such a cool boat, but we got it at such a good deal, so much meat on the bone. Like, that means we can really like dump some money into this and like dress it up to the nines and have a good time with it and not really worry about it financially. Because, you know, sometimes when you're like in the hole on a boat, you don't want to like have too much fun with it, because you don't want to like mess it up, because you're gonna like lose a ton of money. You're gonna get a little angry every time you got to fill up that gas tank and it's $300. So I was like, this is so cool because we get to have fun. Like, we got so much meat on the bone, we get to have proper fun with this boat. And when we're done with it, we'll be able to sell it, make a bunch of money. Like what's a better life than that? You know what I mean? And the first place we pull up is a gas station. I think it was like a Wawa. And the first thing I jump out, I'm taking pictures. Like, I joined the backcountry like fan page, like Facebook page. Joined it like that immediately. I'm on there. Got me a backcountry, and I'm joining the fan page for sure. And I post a picture of it on the fan page, and I was like, welcome to the family type of deal. Like, just pick me up a 201 Pro Guide. Happy to be here. Huge fan. Can't wait to get it on the water. Blah, blah, blah. And a bunch of people start posting like laughing emojis. And this guy was like, oh man, who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? And I was like, uh-oh. Like, what do you mean? Tell me what? I'm like DMing people, but nobody's responding because it was late at night. But I was just like weird about it. I was like, what are they talking about? And I cruised down and I'm looking and I see that it was like I'm cruising down the page on Facebook, and maybe a week, maybe not even a week, 5 or 6 days before, I see that this guy posted it for sale. Not the guy I bought it from, another guy posted it for sale. And I saw the guy that I bought it from comment on it and say, I'm super interested, DM me. But I couldn't see any of the details on that particular post because it was sold already. And I couldn't see that guy's Facebook page because it was very private. I was like, all right, let me do some digging. I sent that guy a friend request, not thinking much of it. Because I'm like, what could go wrong? You know, like, motor fired up, everything looked good. What's the problem? Why is the joke on me? And it wasn't until the next day I started getting like Facebook Messenger requests and friend requests and people like trying to talk to me. I finally get in touch with somebody who actually lived in my area here in Jacksonville, Florida. And he's like, dude, that boat was sank. And my heart like dropped. And I was like, uh-oh, again. I'm like, what do you mean it sank? And he starts telling me all about it. He was like, yeah, this guy posted on the fan page that it was like a hurricane damage, like, and it like messed up the side of the boat. The side that was all like torn to shreds. He was like, yeah, it messed up the side of the boat and it was underwater. Like that whole entire motor was underwater for days. And I was like, oh man, like I was stressing. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy, like whatever, I got scammed. Like I'm super angry, like the joke's on me for sure. Like that's why it was $14,500, but that's still so much money to buy a boat that was underwater. And I'm like, we're like sitting around like having dinner with my family, and I just lost my emotion. I wasn't mad or visibly like super angry or punching holes in walls, but I just lost all of my emotion. I wasn't happy. I was like, because still at this point we haven't taken it out on the water yet. All I did was literally buy it and drive it home. And I'm just like, dude, no way. I bought a boat that was sunk. I didn't do my due diligence, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. Like, what can you do to figure that out? And I'm like stressing, and I was like in the middle of dinner, and I was like, I can't have dinner right now. I have to get up. I have to go to the boat ramp. I have to put this boat in the water, and I just have to see if it runs. See if it's the 70-mile-an-hour boat that I think I bought. Because I mean, dude, people are sending me pictures of the boat underwater. Like you can't even see the motor. Everything is underwater. So I'm like, dude, is this boat waterlogged? Is the motor all corroded in places that I couldn't see? Like, obviously I didn't boroscope the motor. Like I didn't even compression test it. It sounded so good. I didn't think I needed to do any of that. Like fired right up on the hose, put it in gear, gave it a couple revs, sounded good. Don't recommend it, but it sounded good. Put it in reverse, sounded good. Like I didn't see any problems. But now I'm looking at pictures of this boat literally like days before, completely submerged underwater. And I'm like kind of mad about it, but I'm like driving to the boat ramp, and I'm like, okay, if I put it in the water and everything's all good, like, is there anything to be mad about? Like, if I put this boat in the water and I'm cruising 73 down the intercoastal, is there anything to be mad about? Like, is it a scam or not? Like, should he have told me? I guess. My theory is that he should have told me, but it's like, what, like, I guess, what does it really matter if there's nothing wrong with the boat? I mean, I guess if in the future the boat was waterlogged, regardless, I'll continue on with the story. I get to the boat ramp, I put the boat in the water, I fire it up, fires up first key turn, and it blah 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 at the boat ramp in the water. Dude, it sounded so good. It's peeing good, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of worried, like, is something randomly gonna happen? Like, is there water in the oil? Am I running too like rich, too lean? Is there water in the fuel? There's just, what's going on? I'm looking in the water, and there's not even any like oil or gas in the water. You know, if you have like a leak and you put the boat in the water, like, it'll get all like rainbow colors around the motor and stuff. And there was none of that. And I was like, all right. And then I like back out of the boat ramp, start cruising towards the no wake zone. I'm going through the no wake, and then like right when I hit that, I was like, let's see what happens, you know, like, I'm gonna give this like full throttle off the bat, because I need to know now, did I get scammed, did I not, whatever, am I in a crazy money pit or no? Well, I give it throttle, and it's all good. I blast up, I get on plane like that. The boat has so much power, it's all good. And it has like I'm cruising 50, 60. I'm like, dude, no way we got a 70-mile-an-hour boat. 70, 71. I like bring the jack plate up. I tilt the motor up a little bit. 71, 72. We max out at 73 miles per hour. And the fastest I've ever been on a boat, like, at that time. Blasted, dude, my face is blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, so did I not get scammed? Like, maybe I'm all good. Now I'm not even mad. I guess I'm extremely happy. It's hard to be mad going 73 miles an hour on like a very cool looking, like, streamlined boat. 73 miles an hour, like, with this like engine roaring behind me. The music was working super loud. If you've been watching the past couple of videos, I love music on a boat, man. I don't drink or anything, but if I did, dude, you couldn't get me off a boat with some good speakers on it. Dude, I'll live on a center console with good speakers. But yeah, dude, I'm having a blast. And then I get back to the boat ramp. I went on a cruise for like an hour, dude. Get back to the boat ramp, and I'm like, I called the wife, and I was like, dude, hop on the boat. Now that I know it's not gonna sink or blow up, hop on the boat. She gets on the boat, we cruise back out of the no wake, blast down the intercoastal, all good. She's loving it, I'm loving it, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm literally not mad at all anymore. Like, what is there to be mad about? And then I get back, and I go and trying to like get everything in order. I get back home, and I'm talking to other people that are still telling me that I bought a sunk boat, but I'm telling them, like, I just went on the water and it ran great. I don't see the issue. And they're all like, blah blah blah, dude, that boat's probably waterlogged, dude, the motor's probably like got wiring problems. And I'm like, okay, like, maybe, but once I took it off the water, I looked over everything. I didn't see any corrosion anywhere, not even on like the speaker wire. Nothing wrong with the motor at all. Finally, the guy who like owned the boat when it sank finally like picked up my friend request and started talking to me about it. And he was like, yeah, it was in a hurricane and it fell off the boat lift, or the boat lift broke, and it was completely submerged in the water for days. Took it out of the water, and the motor was completely locked up. So it had me thinking. I was like, all right, like, this guy bought it, unlocked the motor. Like, he probably bought it for like $9,000. I think that's what the guy said. Bought it for $9,000, unlocked the motor, probably put some like mystery oil in there, or some like some diesel and transmission fluid just down in the cylinders, let it sit, soak, and then just like cranked over the motor with like a big like bar, unlocked the motor, all good, fires up, went through the motor. If there was any corrosion on any wires, he probably like rinsed it down and hit it with a wire brush or something, and then sold it to me for $14,500. Dude, killer deal on his end. And it's like, that's fantastic. And it just poses the question of like, is that a scam or is it not? Like, I went through that whole boat and the boat was not waterlogged at all. To be honest, I even went the extra mile and did the whole like drill all the way into it thing. And I did it and it was a waste because it wasn't waterlogged. So that's the question. Like, is that a scam? Now in my day, I don't necessarily think it was a scam. There's some people out there that would probably be very angry just because they don't want something that's been like branded, like especially if it was like posted all over a backcountry page. They don't want the history behind it, maybe, I guess. But I mean, if you're looking for a boat that hits 70s, like, does it matter what the history was before? That's my question, because when I sold it, I let the guy know. Like, we went through it, we talked about everything. Like, I even took him out on a sea trial. He was a little bit smarter than I was, requesting a sea trial. And I mean, I didn't rob any banks on it, but I definitely like did my best. I like fixed every single little issue on it. I got the power pole in like really good operating order with like a new pump. I got a new pump for the jack plate because it was like going out. Dude, speakers, like I got it sea-decked. Dude, like anything, like throughout the whole boat, I went through it and did my best. Did like a full service on the motor, like new like racing plugs, and I took it to a shop and got them to like, I don't even remember what I did, but I paid a bunch of money and they went through it with like a bunch of seals and stuff. Dude, the boat was like a sweet turnkey fishing rig. I put a nice I think it was like an 80-pound 24-volt iPilot up front, like a Tarova, and it was sweet. It just came out really nice. I paid like an upholsterer to come out there and make a bench seat for it, and I fixed the side the best that I could, just constant like wet sanding all the way down and buffing and polish. It took a long time, and I got it like pretty good. And by the end of that boat, it was one of my favorite boats that I ever had, period. Dude, like, still to this day, like, dude, I don't care if it was at the bottom of the intercoastal. Like, it was my favorite boat, and it ran great. And we took it down to Stewart, and we had a good time fishing on it. We caught a bunch of fish, like many a snook touched that deck. It was just a huge deck with all the storage space and walk around space. It was just such a cool boat. And my question to you is, like, what does that matter to you guys? Because now, since then, I have personally sank boats, and then I get them out of the water and I get them running again, and then I sell those boats. Because this happened to me, I'm a little more forward with telling people, like, this boat was underwater before or whatever. I've only been in that situation 2 or 3 times, buying the backcountry, selling the backcountry, flipping the Ginu, and then selling the Ginu. And I try to be as forward as possible, but it's like, is that even needed? Like, if you got a good running boat, do you need to like talk about the negatives? I sell a lot of boats, and there's sometimes it's like, I don't necessarily talk about negatives that don't matter, if that makes sense. If it does matter, like if you're going to be left stranded out there, then it's definitely worth talking about. Because like I bought a Pathfinder 17T one time, and everything was good. Motor fired up good. I got a really good deal on it, and I get on the water with my wife, and dude, there was a leak in the boat, that took on so much water, like over the batteries within like, dude, 2 minutes. Like you would think that you didn't have a single drain plug or anything. Like we took on water, like we were about to sink this Pathfinder 17T. And stuff like that is like, you definitely need to talk about that negative, because somebody could get hurt, like you could lose the boat. But other things like previous history or whatever, like if I took a big gouge on the side of this boat, like a huge gouge, and I went and I paid to get it like fiberglass repaired, covered up, everything, like, and it's all back to normal, 100% structurally sound, all good, like I don't think I would tell the next owner, because why would I? What's the point? I don't think it's shady. I just think it's like, it's not going to pose an issue in the future. You're never going to know about it. There's no point in talking about it. But I guess that's like person to person. I never want to be like shady in this business at all. But that, every time I think about it, I just think like, was I scammed or was I not scammed? I genuinely don't know where I feel I lie on it. I don't know. If I had to put my money somewhere, I would say I was not scammed. I guess that's what I would say. But I mean, I don't know. I had a good experience with the boat. But it's like, at what point would that like sway? If I kept the boat and I like had a really good time on it, I'm blasting 73 down the intercoastal for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then one day I have like a corroded wire, am I gonna and like I got pop a fuse or something, or my speakers don't work, like then am I gonna be like, hey man, you sold me a boat that was underwater, this is your fault, you scammed me? Like, or what? Like, I don't know. But to be frank, if you're seeing this video, it's because me and my wife are out of town and it's Mother's Day, and so I didn't have time to work on a boat or get out on the water or anything, and so I figured I would just like pre-film a video talking about an interesting situation, and I just have a feeling that people are going to be in the comments both ways. I think like one half is going to be like, no, it's not a scam, but he definitely should have told you. And then the other one should be like, it's 100% a scam, because if you knew you were buying a boat, like wires are going to be an issue in the future, and this, like, I personally would never want to get into that. But yeah, I feel like I'm going to post a lot more videos like this, because I have a lot of interesting stories of a lot of interesting things that have happened in boat sales. If that is something that you're interested in, I'll get to the story times. You can bet your bottom dollar on that, because I love to talk about boats and boat purchases and boat sales and weird stories along the way. But yeah, I guess let me know, was I scammed or was I not scammed? When I sold it, I let everybody, or I let the whole party know that I kind of was scammed and it was underwater, but I took it out and it's been great. It's been great the whole entire time that I've had it. Let's go out on the water, let's rip it around, get a good feel for it. I don't want to pressure you into buying it. And if you want to buy it after you know everything, then let's go. But also at the end of the day, I don't think I needed to do all of that. Sometimes you can just like stand there and let the person ask their own questions and whatever. I mean, like where do you feel? Do you feel it's a dog eat dog world and like don't ask, don't tell type of thing? Or do you feel like you need to talk about the whole entire history of the boat that you're getting? I don't know. I guess I've done both. When it comes to those like bigger sales though, I definitely talk a lot more. But like John boats and Carolina skiffs, like who cares about the history, man? Like as long as that thing rips, gets you to the sandbar, gets you on some fish, then it is what it is. But I guess backcountry is a little more of like a show boat, something that you put the spotlight on a little more, so kind of don't want there to be a weird history. Yeah, dude, I'm rambling, but it's a genuine question. It's not like like hopefully I didn't like clickbait you into this story, because it is a genuine question of, was I scammed or was I not? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys though. Yeah, in the next video I'm gonna work out all the kinks with this. Like, that's also kind of where I lie as well now. Like, I document everything on my boats and my builds, and I talk about everything. Like, one of the things that I'm gonna fix tomorrow on this Carolina skiff is this like weather stripping. I tried this, I documented it, I said I was gonna let you know how I felt about it. I don't like it. Like, it's not very strong. It looks a lot better than it did, but it's not strong enough at all. I could easily just like peel it off. So I got a bunch of pinch welds that I'm gonna try next, and I'm just letting you know, I document everything now. So there's like zero scam possibility at all. Like, you are seeing exactly what I see when I'm doing it. I never touch these boats, not on camera anymore. So it's like, it'd be wild to say that like there's any type of scam going on. And I feel like any buyer would want that. You're gonna see the good, bad, and the ugly. That way, like whenever I tell you that this boat is great, you're gonna trust me, because why would I say that if I'm like running into issues, all like, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you made it to this point of the video, you're a legend, because I was yapping. I'm gonna get back to the boat building whenever we get back from vacation, so I'm super excited about that. Nice little Mother's Day getaway. We've been burning at both ends, so I mean, little vacation is gonna do us good. Come back refreshed to hop into these boats and maybe slow down and get a little more meticulous. But yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate it so much. Everybody that views these videos, likes, comments, subscribes, shares it, anything, dude. Like, I love you guys so much. You guys are the homies now. That's why I feel like I can sit down and talk a little bit more about what's going on. Because we're just homies. Like, we're just a couple homies sharing a LaCroix right now, sharing a drink. So yeah, I've always wanted to talk about that, but I guess I waited until I had like a good like homie community to be able to just chat and talk about boat sales and whatnot. So if this video was rough, then I guess you'll know by me not ever posting another one, but we'll see in the near future. Regardless, I'm happy to get something out to you guys, because any excuse to sit there and chit chat in the comments for a while, I'm taking it, because I love talking to you guys. Some of you guys like me, some of you guys hate me, but I still get down and talk to you guys in the comments. So yeah, brings a lot of enjoyment and happiness to my life, which is needed, because my health isn't that great. Whatever, dude. I'm not gonna yap about that. I'm not gonna bring it down. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for being here. I can't thank you guys enough. As long as you keep showing up, I'm gonna keep showing up for sure, turning this into a little bit of a dream job. So I'm gonna keep busting my butt to build this out as far as we can. We'll figure out where that ceiling's at some point. Regardless, I appreciate you for watching the video, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments. I'll see you guys tomorrow whenever I start working out all the wires and everything on this J16. So I hope to see you there, and I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.